Welcome back. You know, September is Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. And at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, the providers, the doctors, they have a critical role in caring for the smallest of our patients. Aside from the many years of schooling and training, there's a lot that goes into becoming a pediatric hematology oncology physician. And here to tell us more about that, Dr. Jim Fonner, familiar face. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Dr. Fonner, and of course, a new face, Dr. Extra. How are you?
Doing well, thank you.
Congratulations on finishing your residency.
Thank you.
And of course, Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, a great place to land. So award-winning, right? So let's talk about that, Dr. Extra. What goes into becoming a pediatric hematology oncology physician? What do you have to do to get where you're sitting now?
So it's many years of training. It starts, of course, in college. After finishing an undergraduate degree, then you move to medical school. Medical school is another 4 years of training. And then after that, there's residency, which can span 3 to 5 or more years. And then the last stop on the journey in this situation is a fellowship, which is what I was able to do at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, a fellowship in pediatric hematology and oncology.
Amazing. We're talking like 13, 14 years, which is what we want. You know, we want those people taking care of our kids to be well trained and to put the work in. Doctor, Childhood Cancer Awareness Month. What does that mean?
We are really looking back at all the great successes, the recent improvements in care and in treatment outcomes and in cures for so many of our children. But it's also the time to reflect back on all of the challenges and opportunities we yet have. When we know that 4 out of 5 of the children who are entrusted to our care with childhood cancer can now be cured, it's incredibly gratifying. We've come a long way. But it really makes those cases for which cure is still not certain all the more poignant and difficult for us. We know that we've still got a ways to go.
Absolutely. And Dr. Oakstra, you chose Helen DeVos Children's Hospital. I got to ask why.
Well, I knew when I was looking for a fellowship that I wanted a place where I would learn comprehensive medical care. That's, of course, an essential component, but that would be paired with compassionate care. And I had the opportunity as a resident at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital to see the group of physicians in the hematology and oncology group. And I, in my many years of training in different cities and in different hospitals, have not come across a better group of physicians that really pairs those things together. And so as fellowship's really an apprenticeship in a lot of ways, I knew that this was the place I wanted to be and the people I wanted to learn from, and it really has been that.
Boy, there's a big smile on your face, Dr. Fonner, when he talks about your staff. I mean, we're talking an award-winning staff.
It is, and it really makes us proud to know that this next generation of brilliant young physicians are going to be here for the children and families of West Michigan and beyond. You know, we've talked about our 4 central pillars at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital all the time of care, clinical excellence, advocacy for our children and families, and research to make sure that we have the most current cutting-edge therapies available. But that E is the education piece, and that's what the fellowships are really all about. It means that we're looking onward to those next generations where those children and families are going to continue to be cared for by this brilliant and excellent team of caregivers.
Absolutely, and of course we want that excellent care, but we also want that human touch. We want that connection, right? What was your motivation? I mean, this is kind of I'm sure a pretty basic question you may have heard, but what motivated you to enter this field?
So I have always been someone who wants to find ways to not only improve people's lives, but to figure out how we can do the work that we do better. And as Dr. Fonner mentioned, while we have made so many strides in the field of pediatric hematology and oncology over the last 30 to 50 years, there is so much more that we need to do. So I felt like this was a field where I would have the privilege of caring for these young children and families, and also hopefully over the course of my career working to do this even better. And thankfully, in the role that I have now at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, we have an innovative therapeutics clinic, and that clinic is designed to do just this, is to look for opportunities to advance the care of children with cancer and blood disorders, and so we're doing that work every day.
I love that we have that here, right here in our backyard. We have that, and there's a certain part of that that is dedicated to progress, dedicated to what's coming down the pike to help our youngest patients survive and thrive.
Exactly right.
Dr.
Yep.
Fonner, thank you so much for the time.
Thank you. Great to
Absolutely.
see you.
And Dr.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
You want to learn more, of course, boy, if you haven't heard about what the great work they do at Helen DeVos Children's Hospital, you can learn more at spectrumhealth.org. We'll be right back.